All right. Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Antonio, aka Beast Mode. How y'all doing? Yes, I don't have my red hat on today. I'm out and about taking care of a little business. But just want to chime on. It's been a long time since I've been on TikTok, since I've been on TikTok jail. And TikTok has given me like my second strike for non-compliance. So I have to be within their community guidelines. We are interactive to create a safety environment. So I want to keep a safety environment. Hope everyone is well. Thank you all for chiming on your busy schedule. Like many of you know, I'm a conservative. I'm a conservative Christian. You can call it Christian, secular, if you want. But I'm just love you too, and I'm just wanting to chime on and get your views. You know how you feel about what happened yesterday. You know, I've been a Trump supporter since day one. Since I've been a Trump supporter, I like the guy. The man's a straight guy. He shoots fair. He's fair. I mean, he shoots straight. He's not one of these traditional politicians that will screw you from behind with a smile on their back and, you know, the thumbs up taking a picture with you. You know, he's not one of those guys. He's like me. He's an outsider. I'm an outsider with my family. I'm talking about my brothers and sisters, cousins, so forth. I'm the outsider. I'm just like Trump, but I'm also a business owner. You know, I understand what it means to be a business. We need leaders like him in this country. And I've seen a lot of stuff over the years. I'm a veteran. I've been around the military, did Air Force, Army, and I've seen the country change a lot since the 80s. And what I saw last night was not my country. I felt I was in the Soviet Union, to be honest with you. I really believed I was in the Soviet Union. Because I say, if they're going after this man like this, what's next? In my opinion, I don't like what happened. It was very uncalled for, and I'd probably bring some targeting to guns at myself. But that's fine. I've lived my life. I don't like what I saw last night. It was definitely not the United States I put on the uniform for. I put on the uniform to stand up against guys like that. I joined the military to stand up against the Soviet Union. My grandfather stood up against the Nazis. My daddy, he stood up against the communists spreading across Southeast Asia and Korea. You know, and here I am, Cold War veteran, years later, 3 generations deep, and 82nd Airborne, and to see this disrespect for the office, even as the former office. Thank you. It is definitely not a characteristic, in my opinion, that represent our great nation. And then some, brother. I like that. It just doesn't represent our country. And I'm trying to keep my emotions under control because I am truly frustrated with this administration of death. I'm truly frustrated with the department head that he appointed. I'm truly frustrated with our congressmen and city councilmen. I'm tired of the same old by and by it of leadership, and nobody won't say or do anything about it. You know, it got to a point, social media got us so locked up that we can't even hardly say a word without our accounts being taken away. Yeah, Democrats, Republicans, doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, that's true too. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you definitely on term limits. But when I look for leadership, I look for leaders who are meant to be leaders, who are leaders, who's got a history of leadership, who has a fortitude to stand for the American people. You know, and for what I see a totally communist dictatorship. I see a not by the people, but for individual, certain people other than American people. You know, yeah, lead from the front. Absolutely. Not from the back. We got a man who led from the back because he was in his bunker the whole time when he was running for office. The office was being run for him. He made president. How he did it, I have no idea. But one thing I know, it was not a legitimate election, in my opinion. It was not a legitimate. I watched the criminals do their work. It was it was everywhere. And just for mainstream to deny it, it was definitely I can't describe it. You tell me. But it's just so irresponsible for a patriot like myself to see tyranny take hold in this nation. We had a great economy. I'm happy with that. Everything was fine. Stock market was doing great. Investment was doing great. I mean, I'm an investor too, and my investment did take a hit. At least I'm still good to go as far as retirement. And yet, I see high prices. What used to cost me $300 to get a certain amount of groceries, now, my grocery is like, limitations like this for $300. That's where I'm at. And it's just appalling. I'm just so appalled. I wish there's something that could be done, but a lot of media giants said, let's wait till the election. Why can't people just start letting their voices be heard? And I mean in a positive way. I mean, I know Facebook, TikTok gonna take it like you are in violation. They'll probably take me out like they did last time. But why can't people do like they did back in the 30s and 40s, and 50s and 60s? Just go out and be heard. Without, whether violent, but they're going to always be trolls out there. They're going to want to start fights, and that's just how it is. It's just where we are now. It's got to be a different strategy. Anybody got any ideas? It was a sham election, bruh. It definitely was a sham election. It was more than a sham election. It was a coup. It was a coup. The Capitol Police was involved. You got the FBI that was involved. You got the Department of Justice involved. You got the daggone Secret Service involved. You got most of Congress involved, including the rhinos that were involved. I mean, what blind person wouldn't notice that it was a coup? It was a coup. They just totally, by utilizing the Constitution to their advantage and certain laws that we couldn't understand, took over. Put a puppet in there. The man's a puppet. Yeah, this is probably my third conservative account I ever had since I've been on TikTok. I got other accounts for investment, but that's how I leave it. But, I'm trying to be very careful in the language I'm using because TikTok will take it down because they're seeing, and that's infringement on, freedom of speech. I have a copy of the Constitution, but in this platform, it doesn't mean anything because it's controlled by this, by the Communist Party. So they're giving us a platform to speak. So I'm using the platform, but I'm trying to be mindful of what I'm dealing with. So I can't say much. Maybe one day when everything is said and done, and when Americans can speak freely once again on social media, and then all the media giants are put in their place. If I would have become a president, trust me, I will definitely get some laws, have Congress pass some legislation that will put these media giants in place. There'll be no more infringement on speech, no more infringement. And speaking of infringement, there's definitely infringement on the Second Amendment. What happened if they weren't so secretive? I know. I understand. Yeah, but it's just crazy. It just blows my mind, brothers and sisters. Where are we at? It would not. If you can go back in time, you'll find, I'd say go back to 2017, you find it's a whole different country. Go back to 2016, it was a whole different country. You wouldn't recognize, in fact, let's say we take you, move you up to now, get you past 2020 to 22, you'll find it's a whole different world. Yep, they go everywhere with the principle. That's exactly right. And look, they got us all masked up. They got us all scared. They got us all isolating ourselves from our families. We can't really communicate. The only way that we can communicate is by social media or by phone, and they can monitor that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, they love his secrets. That's what they do. While you looking at one puppet this way, there's another puppet, something else going on over here. Look over here, guys. There's nothing to see here. Look over here. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's full of, it's just too much unknown. This is not right. Something's not right. I'm afraid, and people just talk like they may try to arrest this man. I'm afraid, personally, what will happen if they do. These kids